Hi everyone. In this part of the video, let's discuss about Chapter 2 of Indian Polity by Lakshmi Kant, the making of Indian Constitution. Okay, first of all, who brought the idea of making the Indian Constitution? Okay, it was M.N. Roy in 1934. 1934, M.N. Roy brought the concept of having our own Indian constitution. In 1938, Jawaharlal Nehru proposed that India should have their own constitution designed by the Constituent Assembly without any external interference. Means that British government should not be involved in the designing of the Constituent Assembly of India. So this principle was accepted by the British government. Okay, of having this, the principle is having Indian constitution. This was accepted by British government, okay, on one condition, that India should support the British in the World War II. So this was known as August offer. So in order to formalize the August offer, it was just in the word. So to formalize, British government set Stafford Cripps, okay, which is known as Cripps Mission. Okay, Cripps mission. What was Cripps mission? To formalize the August offer. What was for August offer? That India will be allowed to have their own constituent assembly to design the own constituent constitution. Okay, provided they should support the British in the World War II. Okay, the Muslim League boycotted Cripps mission. Why? They demanded because they demanded their own dominion, their own constituent assembly. Okay, so they wanted a separate state. This was not accepted. Later on the stage, a plan was announced. Cabinet mission plan it is called. Okay, which cabinet mission plan which was brought where the Muslim League accepted. Okay, what was the cabinet mission plan? It is important. The cabinet mission plan, what does it say? uh, According to cabinet mission plan, the constituent assembly will have 389 seats. Okay, these seats are divided on the basis of population proportion. You can take as 1 million. So a British province having 1 million population will be given 1 seats, and 10 million population will be given 10 seats, like that. So the seats were distributed according to population proportion, and among these 296 were given to the British India, and 93 were given to princely states. These seats will be divided among these 296 seats will be divided among the people of among the Sikh, Muslim, and general community, which includes Hindu. Okay, the Sikh, where these members are elected from the elected members of the same community in the provincial legislature. Okay, so Sikh will vote for the Sikh, Muslim will vote for Muslim, Hindu will vote for Hindu, like that. Okay, remember this is communal representation, which was introduced in where it was introduced in 1909 by Morley Minto. Okay, these seats were elected on the basis of proportional representation by single transferable vote. Okay, which we'll study in the future chapter what it is. Okay, and the 93 seats, okay, by the princely state, each princely states will give a representative from their side. Okay, now Constituent Assembly was elected, which was chaired first in 9th December 1946. Okay, which temporary president as Sachidananda Sinha. President was the permanent president, or the one who was elected was Rajendra Prasad, and the vice president is H.C. Mukherjee and Krishnamachari. Okay, now let's discuss about working of constitution. Okay, we know that first constitution was chaired on 9th December. Okay, on 13 December, Nehru passed the objectives of the Constituent Assembly. What are its objectives? 1. The Constituent Assembly shall declare India as a sovereign independent state and design its constitution. Okay. And the other objectives are the territories which are present in the British India, and the territories within the state, or the territories which are outside the India, which aspire to be a part of India, shall be union of all. So the territories which want to unite with India shall be declared as Indian Union. So that these territories which have certain boundaries as stated in the constitution, as stated in the constitution, will be autonomous units. So they will have provincial autonomy. So they have their own legal and power to execute the functions of the union government. Okay, to guarantee and secure justice to the people, and to secure the interest of the minorities. These were the objectives. Okay, apart from objective declaration of objectives, Constituent Assembly had many other responsibility, such as Constituent Assembly functioned as legislature also. Like after India got its independence, they had to pass ordinary laws, such as for implementing certain things and all. So they functioned as a legislature also, which was headed by G.V. Mavlankar. J.V. Mavlankar, when it functioned as a drafting committee, such as for designing constitution, it was headed by whom? By Rajendra Prasad. So this is with respect to working of the constitution. There are many other functions which the constitution as a constituent assembly followed, such as national flag designing, which was adopted in the 22nd July 1947. India ratified its Commonwealth seat or membership on May 1949. Okay, and national song, national anthem, and first president was elected on 24th January 1950. These were the other functions performed by the Constituent Assembly. So apart from this, the other thing, like on 28th, this will be important for the prelims. Okay, on 28th April, the Constituent Assembly included that it was chaired by the meeting held by the Mountbatten was chaired by the Constituent Assembly Muslim League Princely State, where he announced the partition plan and it was accepted by all. Okay, which shouldn't have happened. It's fine. So, as per that particular situation, it was accepted by all. So, next. So, ultimate task of the Constituent Committee was to design constitution. So, everyone integrating and doing constitution designing would be different. So, it would be difficult. So, Constituent Assembly was divided into various committee, major committee and minor committee, where each committee will be given certain tasks, such as Union Powers Committee headed by Nehru, Union Constitution Committee Nehru, Provincial Constitution Committee Vallabhbhai Patel, Drafting Committee Ambedkar. Each individual committees will have their own role in designing constitution. So it was modularized, such as a complex task will be divided into small tasks. Okay, which will be united and solved. Okay, this is called modularization, which was used in designing constitution. So okay, you can see this in the textbook also. Okay, what was the criticism with respect to Constituent Assembly? Criticism was that it was not a sovereign body, since it was indirectly elected. Okay, indirectly elected means the people of the provincial legislature elected it. The Congress dominated it, since they had 208 seats. Okay, they don't represent people of all community. They had only lawyers, politicians, but it didn't include such as people from the people who are doctor, environmentalist, economists. They didn't represent an equal proportion. So that was a criticism, and it was a loyal politician body. They took long time in designing the constitution. Okay, they designed a lengthy constitution. These are the criticism. Okay, this is with respect to chapter 1, and another 1 marks and all I will be discussing in another video. That's it for this video. Okay, I have covered each and every topic of mains and prelims perspective. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Okay, please watch other videos for each topic. Thank you.